Oh boy, I'm sure I'm going to have plenty of MGTOW crybabies in the comments section, and if you're wondering where I got this title idea, it comes from one of Coach Greg Adams' book, self-published of course. So this video is going to be shorter than I had planned because Adams removed much of his older videos after his content was linked to a former cop in Austin, Texas who murdered his wife and child. I'm not going to comment on that incident, but rather I want to explain why I think Adams is wasted potential. I said it. The reason why I titled this video The De-Evolution of Coach Greg Adams is because he's a man who overcame tremendous adversity but boils down most of his videos to complaining about women's behavior and giving advice to young men on how to navigate the supposedly tumultuous dating landscape. He has an inspirational backstory. Shortly after his divorce, he ended up homeless and slept in his car for 6 months. While homeless, he established his own fitness business and eventually got back on his feet. When he's not discussing women, which is rare, he had genuine life advice about why one shouldn't keep up with the Joneses, goal setting, and other topics. But he does manage to tie women into almost everything. For example, I watched his video about food preparation, which I found to be helpful, but then at the end he brought women into the picture.
It took 1 hour. All right, a little over an hour to get all of that done, and I don't have to hear nobody nagging. I don't have to hear anybody wasting my time. I don't have to hear anybody trying to tell me, oh, I'll come over. You can come over here, and I can cook for you. And then at the end of the day, I got to waste 3-4 hours of my time just to get some peace leave. You guys know what I'm talking about on that.
But like so many MGTOW content creators, his divorce and uneasy relationship with his ex-wife led him to make the content he produces now. I consume Adams' content regularly in 2019. Initially, I found his production to be auspicious, but his content became redundant expeditiously. Female nature that, peace leave that, monkey double backflip, blah blah blah. It was a constant reminder about why he felt marriage and cohabitation were dangerous for men, but what annoyed me the most was his routine pattern of making inaccurate statements and claims back with no evidence.
And feminism started in the Black community. They got their claws entangled into the Black community. So the feminists that we see now, the white women and all these women talk, listen, they started that in the Black community, and look at the result.
Although the videos aren't up or are difficult to find because he uploads nearly every day, I recall him claiming that women outnumber men on dating apps and were miserable, when in fact men outnumber women on dating apps. He also once victim blamed the underage girls in the Jeffrey Epstein incident, claiming that they were willingly doing quote monkey double backflips on rich men and rode the quote cock carousel. And during an interview with Anthony Dream Johnson, citing no evidence, he claimed that it's possible that most Black babies aborted by Black women are boys.
I would probably say, and I'm just guessing, all right, but I would love to see the research on this. Of the 22 million Black children that have been aborted, I would probably say the majority have been men. All right, I'm going to just say that. And listen, I don't have any evidence to support that, but I would love to see the evidence against that. If anybody has that, please contact me.
Adams to me always embodied the misinformation spewed by the Manosphere. He cites, for the most part, accurate statistics without explaining the context. For example, he always cites the statistic that nearly 70% of women file for divorce, but never states the reasons why, which is largely unsatisfaction with the marriage and economic anxiety. I shared a video by Casey West who explained this statistic in more detail on my community post, and I left a link in the description. Adams also promulgated the Manosphere belief that escorts would suffer during the pandemic, when in fact, the sex work industry actually boomed. I read the first few pages of the De-Evolution book. It's the most generic overview of post-war American social history I ever read. No citations, no footnotes, no endnotes, and largely overlooks race and class. In one passage, he attributed a quote allegedly uttered by President Lyndon Johnson, although there's no evidence that Johnson claimed he'll have Black people voting Democrat for the next 200 years. He literally attached the slogan, quote, "I don't need no man," to the divorce rate. It's mind-boggling what passes for scholarship in this space. As I stated earlier, this will be a short video. If Adams stepped away from producing MGTOW content, I think he would have a positive impact on men, but that's unlikely to happen because he siloed himself into this sector of YouTube and it will follow him wherever he goes.